to the core of what this Rolling Thunder thing is all about. And I don't have a clue, because it's about nothing. It's just something that happened 40 years ago.
Bob Dylan, musician, poet, and cultural icon. His name is synonymous with the 1960s counterculture movement, and his music has been celebrated for decades. But what about his net worth and lifestyle? In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the fascinating world of Bob Dylan, from his humble beginnings to his current status as one of the richest musicians in the world. Born on May 24, 1941, as Robert Allen Zimmerman, Bob Dylan is an American singer-songwriter, often regarded as one of the greatest songwriters of all time. Dylan's been a major figure in popular culture during a career spanning more than 60 years.
I don't remember a thing about Rolling Thunder.
Okay.
I mean, it happened so long ago, I wasn't even born, you know? So what do you want to know?
Bob Dylan loves animals, especially dogs, and has many pet dogs. He read works by French symbolist poets like Arthur Rimbaud and American beat writers like Jack Kerouac. In 2016, Dylan was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. Dylan says his favorite song that references him is Ricky Nelson's Garden Party, but he doesn't have much love for Don McLean's American Pie, in which he's repeatedly referred to as a jester. He's a hip-hop fan.
I used to. I don't do that anymore. I don't know how I got to write those songs.
Now let's take a look at his personal life. He's been involved in several serious relationships. The first one was with Susie Rotolo, an artist and the daughter of American Communist Party radicals. Then he became involved with the folk singer Joan Baez, and the two often performed together. In 1965, Dylan married Sarah Lones. They had 4 children together, and Dylan also adopted Lone's daughter from a previous marriage. They divorced in 1977. In 1986, Dylan married Carolyn Dennis, his backup singer. They had 1 daughter together before divorcing in 1992. Dylan's paternal grandparents, Anna Kyrgyz and Zygmunt Zimmerman, immigrated from Odessa in the Russian Empire, now Ukraine, to the United States following the pogroms against Jews of 1905. His maternal grandparents, Florence and Ben Stone, were Lithuanian Jews who'd arrived in the United States in 1902. Dylan's father, Abram Zimmerman, and his mother, Beatrice Stone, was part of a small, close-knit Jewish community.
Roy kind of magic, you know, it's a different kind of a penetrating magic. And, you know, I did it at one time.
That being said, let's discuss how he earns money. He sold more than 125 million records, making him one of the best-selling musicians of all time. His songs have been covered by over 6,000 popular artists. The cover version frequently became more popular than the Dylan version. Dylan didn't mind. Every time one of his songs was covered, sold, streamed, broadcast, etc., he got paid. In recent years, he was earning an estimated $15 million per year in income from his song catalog royalty stream. In December 2020, it was reported that Bob sold 100% of his song catalog to Universal Music Publishing Group for $300 million. 2 months later, the actual sale price was revealed to be $400 million. In January 2022, it was revealed that at some point in mid-2021, Bob struck a separate deal with Sony, where the music company acquired his master recordings for $200 million. Bob Dylan has a net worth of $500 million. Ever wanted to know where he lives? Let's find out. Bob Dylan, the legendary musician, is known for his nomadic lifestyle and love for travel. Despite his constant touring, Dylan has made a home for himself in the stunning coastal town of Malibu, California. His primary residence, situated on Point Dume, offers breathtaking views of the ocean and nearby mountains. Dylan's Malibu compound is a reflection of his eclectic personality, featuring a mix of styles and influences. The sprawling main home, which boasts 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, is surrounded by lush gardens and various outbuildings. Over the years, Dylan has acquired adjacent properties to expand his compound, giving him ample space to create his own private paradise. While Dylan may have an extravagant property in Malibu, he also owns other homes around the world, each with its own unique charm. From his sprawling ranch in Minnesota to his charming brownstone in New York City, each of Dylan's properties reflects his artistic sensibility and his love for exploring new places. And if you've wondered what type of cars he drives, here are the vehicles you'll find in his garage. A Harley-Davidson, a 1962 Ford wagon, a Triumph 500 motorcycle, a 1966 Ford Mustang convertible, a Porsche 911, a Rolls-Royce, a BMW 5 Series, If you enjoy our videos, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Your support means a lot to us. But where did it all begin? His journey started in the close-knit Jewish community of Duluth, Minnesota. But it was in Hibbing, where his family moved to, that he found his true calling. His father and uncles ran a store, but young Dylan was more interested in forming bands and playing music. While studying at Hibbing High School, he immersed himself in the local music scene and played at the 10 O'Clock Scholar Coffee House. After a brief stint at the University of Minnesota, Dylan dropped out and headed to the Big Apple. It was in New York City that he caught the attention of legendary producer John Hammond, who signed him to Columbia Records. Dylan's path to stardom was set in motion, and the rest is history. From humble beginnings, Bob Dylan's career has been a journey of ups and downs. He released his first album, Bob Dylan, in March of 1962 to little fanfare, only selling 5,000 copies in its first year. But with the support of his producer John Hammond and fellow musician Johnny Cash, he continued to produce music. His second album, the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan in 1963, showcased his prowess as a songwriter and political commentator, addressing social issues like the civil rights movement and nuclear disarmament. With subsequent albums like The Times They Are A-Changin' and Another Side of Bob Dylan, Dylan solidified his status as a voice for his generation. Dylan has since released over 35 studio albums, including Nashville Skyline, Oh Mercy, Time Out of Mind, Love and Theft, and Rough and Rowdy Ways. Since 1988, he's been on what he calls the never-ending tour, playing around 100 shows a year in the 1990s and 2000s. On April 19, 2019, he performed his 3,000th show in Innsbruck, Austria. He continues to perform and record music. That's all for today's video, and thanks for watching it. But don't stop here. There's more where that came from. Check out our other videos for more great content.